Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Taylor and welcome to the first vlog of 2026. So it is January 5th on the first day that I'm filming this. Last week, like right after Christmas, I fell down really bad with the flu. Or at least that's what I think it was. I've been coughing and sneezing and all the very not fun things. So I didn't even get to enjoy New Year's and like my pseudo slow week at work because I was so sick. So that's unfortunate, but we are really ramping up now. We have speech tonight. I'm super excited. It is the first practice of the new year. At the end of this month, we are going to our first tournament. I am so very excited, very stoked about that. I have been reading. I finally finished the first book of 2026. I finished Degrees of Separation by Alison McCreish today, and I'm kind of glad that I'm finished with this one. This book is ginormous and actually quite heavy to hold. But this was just a graphic novel about a decade that Alison lived north of the 60th parallel, and some of the struggles that people who live north of the 60th parallel deal with. It was very interesting, very, very informative. I'm glad that I read it. I did have a little bit of a hard time getting into this graphic novel. Like I feel as if the front half, the first little bit was a little bit slow for me, but it was a bunch of information that I didn't know, and I don't want to be one of those people who's like, I couldn't relate to it, therefore I didn't like it. It's not that I didn't like it. It just took me a minute to like really get into what this book was about. But super, super good. Now I can return it to the library so someone else can enjoy it. I've been doing my reading every day, even when I was super, super sick. I could have easily taken time off from this, but I didn't, and I'm really happy with myself. I finished the book of Genesis today. Tomorrow I start Exodus, so that's quite exciting. I have been trucking through Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. To be honest with you, I don't like this as much as I thought I would. I am very saddened by that. I still am finding, things to keep in mind, and I feel like it's good for the most part. The way a lot of people talked about this, I thought it was going to be a lot more groundbreaking for me. It just hasn't been. I guess we'll see how the rest of the book goes, but I'm a little over halfway done right now. A Story of Seven Lives. I checked this out of the library and I started it this morning. I am just a really tiny little piece into this. I feel like this is gonna be fun. Honestly, it's about these like two cats just trying to survive in the wild. It's kind of giving Warriors vibes. This week I want to finish a few more library books, just sort of get those down so I can start reading my physical TBR a little bit more. I've also been reading Moby Dick. That's been going extraordinarily well. The book's over yonder because I'm doing a book haul hopefully this afternoon before I leave for practice. I also have been working on a baby blanket. I don't know who this one's going to go for. I don't know anyone else who's having a baby, nonetheless having a baby girl right now. I'm not working on any really big projects. I do really want to start on a cardigan for my friend for her birthday that's in May. I was supposed to make this for her last year, never got around to it, so I started the swatch and then I just decided to do other things. But now this year I do want to finish that for her, so I'm thinking maybe after this is done I will start on that and really start putting more energy into that. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot going on. Just really getting back into the swing of things. I feel like Chad and I were in this little bubble for like 2 weeks and it was so nice and fun and calming and relaxing, but now, we have to go back to regular life. It stinks. It stinks that we can't live in that bubble all the time, but it's also important because then we appreciate the bubble moments. Come along with me on this week. We're just going to be crafting and reading and doing the things that we normally do on this channel. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm excited for 2026 and yeah. it is Wednesday. I went out with my friend last night. We went and got dinner. We went and got pad thai, which was my first time eating pad thai. It was so good. A little too spicy. They were like, oh, scale of 1 to 5, how spicy? And I was like, ooh, let's do a 2. Like, I can handle my spice, like just a little bit of kick. It was a swift kick in the ass is what it was. And then there was this bookstore right across the street called Subtext Books. So we were in downtown St. Paul. Gorgeous little bookstore, so cute. I got 2 books. I'm supporting a local economy, okay? And I had some Christmas money that I could spend. So it's fine. I know that technically I'm not supposed to, but it's different. It's different if it's an indie bookstore, right? Exactly. So I got the Best American Essays, both 2025 and 2024. I love essays. I think that they are so fun. But for whatever reason, I can't get into Substack. But I will read a book of essays. So I'm really excited for both of these. I bought the 2024 one because I figured that they probably weren't going to keep this in print very much longer. So might as well purchase it. And if I like these, I can definitely keep an eye out and just buy them year after year. I do have the 2025 short stories, which I have yet to read, but I know for a fact that I love essays. This is going to be an off-the-shoulder sweater top. I've been fighting this thing. So I did the raglans, and then I did a lot of the body. Well, it was too big, and just based on the silhouette that I was going for, I had to unravel everything. And so I want it to be like tight on my little waist. I had started a sleeve, and then I had to undo it because it was too big. And I know that this little pocket here looks weird. It doesn't look weird on. So what we're doing is it's off the shoulder, and then I want to make a big fluffy kind of like fold over. You know the sweaters I'm talking about. I know you do. So that's what I've been working on. I've been reading, but not a lot. I have such January blues. ICE murdered a woman today in Minneapolis. And it's not okay. Things are not okay. I have been reading Moby Dick still. I read quite a bit last night. I read like 20 pages. And we are about to set sail. Thank God. Because we are at page 100 and we have not set sail yet. It is like a 3-year whaling trip that they're doing. And then I also have been reading The Story of 7 Lives, which I actually read quite a bit of that today. Like, I got a good chunk. I'm definitely like a third of the way done now. And I would like to finish this by the end of the week, just because I have other library books that I would like to get to. Honestly, my brain is craving a silly little romance like nobody's business. I want to escape the horrors. I'm like this close to going back to Kindle Unlimited so that I can read a silly little romance. I do have a book by Lucy Score that I could actually sit down and get into a little bit more. It's due on January 14th at the library, so maybe I'll sit down and do that. But I really want to finish a book that I'm already reading. Just one book, because I'm reading like 6 books at once right now. And while A Story of 7 Lives and Moby Dick they're hitting, nothing else is really hitting. I'm almost done with Deep Wake by Eric Larson, and it's like just okay. I'm glad that I'm finally reading it, because I definitely would have spent too much time wondering what the book is about and wanting to read it. All right, it is Thursday. This week went by so quickly, but I feel like I have not slept well at all. It's a whole thing. But I do have quite a few reading updates, actually. So last night, after I finished my update, I did finish A Story of 7 Lives by Shirakawa Jin. This was so good, so fun, so sweet. I did weep. I wept a lot, to the point where like Chad came into the spare room here and was like, "Are you good?" Like, I was ugly crying, but it was super, super good. I gave that 5 stars. Very fun, very fast once I got into it. I feel like I've been doing this thing where I can't get into books, but once I'm there, I'm like done. Does that make sense? And then today I finished Dead Wake, The Last Crossing of the Lusitania by Eric Larson. This just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I'm glad I finished it, because I know that I would be curious about it. The Last Crossing of the Lusitania, it's exactly what it sounds like, but I thought that it was a very well-rounded account. It was fine enough. I'll be interested to see what I think about Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. I do plan on listening to the audiobook of that. And then I did read volume 2 of Cat and Gamer by Wataru Nadatani, and that was very fun. These are really, really fast, and I've been kind of just feeling a bit slumpy when it comes to my book reading. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just feel like I haven't been reading very fast. I feel like I'm not as interested in my reading as much. So these mangas have been helping me out a lot in just like keeping up with the habit of reading, because even if I don't finish books, I still want to be reading every single day. I did read my Bible passages today. It was Exodus, I think it was like 8 through 10, and God just keeps putting plagues on Egypt. It's so crazy. Like, I don't quite understand it, because so he's like, Moses, go get the Israelites, and Moses is like, I don't wanna. And God's like, do it. So Moses goes, and he's like, the Israelites aren't going to follow me, and the Pharaoh's not going to let them go. And so then God starts putting plagues on Egypt. And then it's like, and God hardened the Pharaoh's heart so that they wouldn't listen to Moses and Aaron. And I was like, so God wanted to put plagues on Egypt, is what I'm hearing. He wanted to punish Egypt. Also, if the Pharaoh didn't follow the Lord, why does he have sway over the Pharaoh's heart? Just questions that I am curious about, because it's like the plague will happen, and then the Pharaoh will be like, take them and go, and then it says like God hardened the Pharaoh's heart and they still weren't allowed to go, and I'm like, we're on plague number 10 here. Which I also don't understand. If it's like so bad, why is each plague only 3 days? Is that really a plague, or is that just like a bam? You know, it like plague seems like too harsh of a word for just like these short things that are happening. Like, this isn't something that happens for like 3 years. This is 3 days. We'll see. I know that eventually they leave. Spoiler alert. I know that, like, we haven't split the Red Sea yet. Moses still got to do his part in the Bible here. I'm also working on, this is going to be like a little headband thing, but I need to make it long enough so that I can tie it in the back. I'm just trying to use up some Kobu. Oh yeah, I got paid today, and I did buy more Kobu yarn from Michael's because I want to make a skirt with this yarn. I got Vanilla Blossom, which is just an off-white, and I think that that'll be really good. I'm excited about that. I need a Dr. Pepper, like, really, really bad. I'm just, like, fading real fast today. I've been tired all week. Just like I said before, I haven't been sleeping well. Work has been fine. I don't know, my day job doesn't really stress me out all that much. It's just, you know, my day job. But I just have not, I feel like I can't tear my eyes away from the internet, and I'm having a hard time with that right now. All right, hello. It is Tuesday, January 13th. It has been a while since I last filmed an update, and this is actually going to be the final update for this video. I just wasn't very good at keeping pace with this video, and that's fine. Some videos are like that. You know, we're just getting into the speech season soon, or now, not soon, it's now. And I've just been so tired. I've been reading a lot. To a certain extent, I don't even feel like crocheting. I'm in a little bit of like, just been feeling slumpy. Chad and I worked out for the first time in a long time today though, so that felt really good. I did an arm workout. I actually did it with 15-pound weights, which I've never done before. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, the books I've been reading, the books I finished, because I have had a pretty okay reading week. I have been reading a ton of manga. I have read 3 through 7 of Cat and Gamer this week. I just finished this one tonight, and I can check out volume 8 on my Libby app, which is nice. So I'm just going to kind of leave it there for now, take a little break from it because I have a lot of other things. This will be going back to my local library. I also finished 2 of my personal books. Wow, look at you go, Taylor. I finished Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. This was on my 30 books to finish before 30. and I didn't like this book. I gave it 2 stars. I mean, as you can see, I still gleaned a little bit of information from it, which is why I didn't give it 1 star. Is what it is, I guess. And then today I finished Evicted by Matthew Desmond. 5-star read. This was so good. I did make a reel about this, but I want to talk about it. I'll talk about it too in my January reading wrap up, but one thing I liked about this book is that it really challenges you not to be a morality police. And what I mean by that is the people that Matthew is following in this book. This follows 8 families in Milwaukee as they struggle to keep a roof over their head. The people that Matthew follows around are not perfect people, and it is very indicative of, you know, real life. And the main thesis of this is housing is a basic human right. Everyone deserves housing. But what this book challenges you is, do you still feel that people deserve housing when they don't make choices that you necessarily agree with or that you like? The answer is still yes. You can have opinions on like the way that they live their life, how they spend their money, whatever. People still deserve housing. And I think that this was great. I loved this book a lot. Hard read though, very difficult, like very heartbreaking to listen to. And then I put a book on hold at a library in a nearby county. So I went to their library today because I have a card for that county. And so this was the book I put on hold. This is Cash by Jessica Peterson. This is the first book in the Lucky River Ranch series. So I don't know if I'm going to like this. I just thought, you know, something kind of fun, little cowboy romance might be kind of good for me. I've been having a hard time with romance novels recently. I decided to DNF and unhaul the final 2 books in 50 Shades of Grey as told by Christian Grey, and I just got rid of Grey, Darker, and Freed. I kept the first 3, but I was just like, I can't be in this gentleman's head. He is a POS. But this one is just about a girl who becomes a little country girl, I guess, and she falls in love with a man. It's a romance book, so. But I wanted to purchase, actually, it was like the 2nd or 3rd book in the series, and instead of doing that, I just put the first book on hold and checked it out. I also found this book in the fiction section, Haunt Your Heart Out by Amber Roberts. This is about a girl who works in a bookstore and a love story between her and a gentleman who comes in to investigate haunted houses in her hometown where she lives and works. So, and this one's a pretty short one, yeah. The acknowledgements, okay, so it's 292 pages, which just seems like a fun little time. Plus there's snow on the ground, so that tells me that this might be kind of wintry. And then the rest of the books I have are graphic novels. First one I have is Gender Queer, a memoir deluxe edition by Maya Kobabe. Like that, I was thinking about buying it a while ago and I didn't. Found it at the library, so look at me go. Then I have Persepolis 2, the story of a return by Marjane Satrapi. I read the first Persepolis, which is the story of a childhood. I think I want to say in 2024. I believe, I do think it was like a while ago, but I knew that there was a part 2 and it is time for me to read it. I'm just happy that they had this because I have not seen any other library have it. Next, I got Boys Weekend by Maddie Lubchansky. I feel like I've seen this before. What a fun cover. I'm really excited. I think this is just about a boys' weekend a la, like, kind of like The Hangover. But if you, like, look at it, we're, like, kind of sci-fi. Looks like we're under the ocean sort of thing. So I think I think this will be fun. And then this last one isn't so much a graphic novel as it is a comic, actually. So this is I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf by Grant Snyder. And I started reading this one today, actually, and I decided to just kind of like put it down a little bit. It's not like a cohesive story or chapters. It's every page is a different comic. So it's nice to just kind of like sit down, read a couple, hee hee ha ha, and then put it down. That's kind of what I got going on for my books right now. I think I'm at 11 books for January, which is great. Most of them have been the Cat and Gamer series, and that's been a really good time. I do have some other books that I need to get on reading. I did get the audiobook for The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. I also have the manga of Macbeth that I need to start because that's going to be due. I think I still have like a week and a half, but you know, it's Shakespeare. It's going to take a lot of brain power. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm doing well. with my reading, but at the same time, I just like, I don't feel like I'm doing well with my reading, and that's just that, unfortunately. Thank you so much for watching today, you guys. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for 1,300 subscribers. I'm so excited for this year and all that it will bring. I will see you guys next time. Bye.